Mm-hmm. Test. There we go. That's much better. All right. Hello, man. ZZZZ. Czechoslovakia. Oh my God, Czechoslovakia is watching. What an absolute master. I love Czechoslovakia. Fantastic. All right, we got Emmanuel Mata Davri Luck Vxwupshepe Kashmir. Man, I'm really getting hit with the hard names here. Torso Face, How to Cameron, Shrek, Ollie, Lay, Ollie, Just Some NCR Ranger, Lovamir, Kuba, Saigar, 365, FN Smith, Mario Gunnerson, Alexa Pro Gaming, Jacob Album, Vooperian Minecrafter. I like that name. That's very nice. Very nice. We'll end there. I like that one. Vooperian Mine. You know this guy is living in the seventh dimension when you've got a name that's that awesome. You know it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. All right. Today we're going to be building a nuclear dam in the powder toy because we like dams and we like nukes. So why not combine them? Seems like a fantastic idea. But first I have to actually... Oh, shoot! I don't have the powder toy. One moment. I need to steal this from my other, my old Windows installation. Yeah, I redid everything. That's why I have this fancy new background. I've redone everything. Watch this. If I do this. Oh, do I have to minimize? Okay, it's worth minimizing literally everything on my computer to show you guys this. One moment. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, we'll do. Oh, look. See, it spins. Isn't it beautiful? I know. This spent a lot of time on that. It's a big upgrade over my last wallpaper, so moving up in the world. You know, your wallpaper says a lot about you as a person, so you need to make sure that it is as awesome as physically possible. Is it a bottleneck? Yes, it is. But if you can find me a 5950X, if you can find me a 5950X on sale, I will gladly buy it. Good luck finding that. Thanks. I could get a 3090. I could not get a 5950X. So we're waiting. We're on the waiting game. I thought you used iOS. Oh my God, no. No, I'm not. I don't stream off of a phone. That would be painful. Very painful. All right, we gotta go. Users. Spike Viper. Find my powder toy. Where's my powder? Desktop. Powder toy. Copy that bad boy and put it on our desktop. There we go. Just stealing it from my other drive. This is what happens when you reinstall Windows. What a painful process. I'm going to shrink my camera a little bit because I think that it's a little bit absurdly large. If you liked it before larger, then too bad. I guess you don't get to see my face as much anymore. This is so sad. All right. Very nice. Start, please. I'm trying, okay? It's not that easy. You can't just yell and have things happen, okay? That's just not how life goes. The sad truth. Why does this look bad? Second. Let me just check very quickly the resolution settings. Is once again, new Windows installation. This is how it. The fact that this has all the. Why is that the alchemy mod preferences? It should be in there. Oh, you know what? I'll just reinstall it. Screw it. One moment. We're reinstalling the powder toy. There's probably been an update anyways. Probably, potentially. What's new? Well, who knows? Who knows? All I know is I've got a new powder.exe and I am ready to use it. It's gonna ask me to install. Go right ahead. Very nice. Okay, this should be better now. All we gotta do is go to full screen. No. Huh. It just looks worse. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'll try to figure it out some other time. Alright, we're gonna get started now. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Powder Toy. I'm your Emperor Spike Viper, and we are going to be building a nuclear dam because we like nukes and we like dams on this channel. So a nuclear dam just sounds like the perfect way to combine the two concepts, and it'll be super safe. Trust me. You know, combining combining a dam with a nuke, or not a nuke, but a nuclear power plant is going to be a fantastic idea. So I'm thinking we can use the water to cool down the reactor, and we can use the water to generate the initial energy that goes into the reactor. And then we can use the reactor to create tons of energy. It'll be fantastic. It'll be great. Everyone wins in the end, except for, you know, whoever gets killed in the blast radius when things inevitably go wrong. Well, let's go ahead and create a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful... actually, if we're going to do this, I need to make it a little bit more complicated. This back wall needs to go higher because obviously... beautiful. That was a great line, Spike. You are fantastic at everything you do. Thank you. Someone definitely said that. And then all we're going to have to do after that is throw some sand down. Actually, on this side, it's going to be like... No, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and build our dam. Our dam is going to be pretty damn simple. I didn't even mean to do it that time. I didn't even mean to make it a dam pun. Okay, so first off, we're going to put the foundation in. Right, so we're going to put a mighty chonker concrete block. Beautiful. That was a really nice concrete block. Huge fan of it. Huge fan of that concrete block. Okay. And then all we have to, you know what? Well, we'll go styling. Watch this. I feel like it's going to have to be a little bit larger than this, though, in order to fit a nuclear reactor in it, right? I mean, I guess we could make it work at this scale, but I'm gonna go bigger. I'm gonna go bigger. You know, what's ever gone wrong with making a nuclear reactor too large? Literally has never occurred before. Alright, we'll go with that for the base block. And then we'll go really, really large for the dam. Yeah. It's a little bit absurd, but that's fine. Absurd is what we do on this channel. Alright, and then all I have to do is scale this out to be kind of good looking. You'll see what I'm doing. It'll make sense in a moment. Here. Boom. There we go. Oh shoot, no, that is not nearly enough space. Okay, no, this is going to be a much less drastic curve here. I want it to look nice, but I also want it to actually function, you know. People like me, we may look awesome, but we don't function very well, and I want this dam to actually function well. Okay, fantastic. There's our dam. It may not look like all too much. It may not even look good. But it's a dam. I can demonstrate that it's a dam by the fact that it keeps the water from passing through it. See? It is in fact a dam. Fun facts. Fun facts with Spike. Okay, so now we're going to do the simple part, which is the dam needs to take water and to let the water go through it. Crazy concept, which means we're also going to have to, pretty damn good, good one. All right, we're going to put a little bit of clone here just to ensure that we get a water supply going because, you know, the dam should be getting water in. And then the dam should be letting water out as well. And we'll have it come out here, which means we're actually going to make this go down a little bit more. Something realism, who cares? So we're actually going to take the water in through the topish here because you know how a dam works. You need to get the water to fall to generate the power. So we're going to go like this. We're not going to go too far in because, like I said before, I want to keep a lot of space. I'm going to go down to here, and then we're going to have it leave. So here we kind of already have the basic concept of a dam going, right? We have the water being blocked and held up high. That water from a great height falls, which puts a lot of energy through. If we had a turbine here, we could actually generate quite a bit of power from this water moving through the dam. which obviously is the point of a lot of dams. Also, regulating the height of the water, because obviously it keeps the water from going too high. Good explanations with Spike. But now we're going to begin using this water to do productive... Oh, I should... Oh, I keep hitting the Windows key. Let's turn on gamer mode on my keyboard. Wow, I rarely use gamer mode, and I hate the name of it, but sometimes you do just need gamer mode. Maybe I made that a little bit too short. Let's make it go, like, up to here. There we go. Alright. So, here's what we're gonna do. We got our dam, right? We got water coming into the dam, going out of the dam. How are we going to make this into a nuclear reactor? Well, that's a fantastic question. First off, we're going to use the dam that we have here to generate power, because that's useful. It's very easy to get power from this. All we have to do is make a little bit of a power chamber here. Doesn't make it look fancy. I'm going to use gold. It doesn't have to be gold, but I think it'll look cool, so we're going to use like a gold chamber. Yeah, sometimes, you know, it's more about how things look than how they function. And engineering is a lie. Welcome to business school. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab a detector and we're going to do this. And then we're going to grab our cable and we're going to, I'm going to have to actually insulate this so that I don't melt the gold. We'll just use brick. And then we're going to go ahead and grab titanium. Yeah, so run it out from here. And this should generate, okay, it is actually lighting the gold. This needs to be a little bit wider. Can jump 2, I forgot it. Huh? Oh, it's jumping, oh. Shoot, see, that's the issue. We did not want that to happen. We are actually sparking the water. Okay, so never mind. We will use quartz for the outer casing because the gold clearly is not cooperating. Not cooperating. Time to put it under arrest. You are not cooperating with the Emperor. Alright. There we go. That's better. Okay, it's still back sparking into the water. I do have a solution for that. It's not a good one. But what we'll do is we will use... that seems a little bit cheaty. We could use portal, but that feels cheaty too. No, we're gonna, you know what, let's do this old-fashioned way. We'll do a layer of store. We'll set it to water. And then we'll get a layer of pipe in it. We'll do that, and then output first. Yay! Would you look at that? Oh, well, that kind of severely limits the amount we can have going through at once. So I'm going to actually make a modification. We're going to make this a little bit larger. This is like the reverse osmosis layer. We're cleaning the water because we can. Screw it. We're now in the water selling business as well. We're Nestle. Nestle Part 2, the electric boogaloo. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so now we got this layer, and this layer is gonna be really good. It's gonna transfer the water to the next stage. That should, oh yeah, that's getting more than enough water through. Alright. And that should, why did it backflow through? Oh no, the electricity should not, forgot it can go through one thick. Whoops. You know what I should have done? I should have made that pipe a little bit thicker. Kids, always remember the thickness of your pipes. It's important. We should have done too thick. Here we go. This'll work. I'm sure of it. We'll just push everything down by a single pixel. There we go. And now we shouldn't backflow. Yay! It's all fixed. Wait, oh, what is going on? What is going on over here? The electric that's already over here is freaking the heck out. Yeah, okay, we're just gonna delete the water and try to get rid of that electric charge that's just really going insane. Should have used distilled water. This is what I get. We've accidentally created a frickin' sky tsunami. Alright. That's okay. It's going to fill back up. Everything's going to be absolutely fine. I assure you. I assure you, no more mistakes will be made today. That was the final mistake. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Round off the pipes for better flow. I mean, yeah, you're right. Yep, you are correct. Okay, so why would you have a dam in the ocean? The dam isn't in the ocean. This is a cross section of a river. Okay, calm down. think of the children. Oh, this is actually leaking through the side here. We don't want that, so we're gonna have to add a little bit of padding here. That's okay. That's fine. Slight engineering mishaps happen all the time. Alright, look at that. It functions. We got plenty of water flow going through. We're creating electricity. Now we just have to make the nuclear part. So, the nuclear part's going to be a little tiny bit more challenging. So, where are we going to put the nuclear reactor? That's a good question. I think the best spot to put the nuclear reactor would probably be by the bottom where there's more mass that we can take advantage of. I can make the chamber a bit larger. But up top, we have the advantage of not having... No, we're going to do it at the bottom. All right. It's going to be fine. It's just a nuclear reactor. What could go wrong? All right. So, if we're building a nuclear reactor, the biggest thing we have to keep in mind is that it's going to have to be cooled. And thankfully, we've got water. A lot of water coming in, and it's coming in at room temperature, so it'll definitely cool down the whatever nuclear mayhem we do. So that's good. That's a good start. But we want to do a little bit better than that. We want to have it be 100% safe. This titanium shell should be pretty... Okay, actually we have to do this in like a 3-step system. So first we have the outer, then we have the inner, then we have the inner. Alright, because we need the water to run around this and then exit. So, rather than having this at the bottom, this will be the backup way for the water to move. But we're actually going to close this off by default, and we're going to create a new path for the water. That's right, kids. We're going to go nuclear. We're going to have the water fall directly onto this chamber, run down it, and then leave. Just like all of my friends. Alright, great. So, as you can see, this actually is working pretty well. We've got a good amount of water that's coming around, touching this. I mean, how effective is the cooling? We can probably make the cooling a bit more effective, I won't lie. But this isn't awful to start. If we, like, for example, let's see how well the cooling works. Let's go ahead and just toss some coal in, and we'll light some coal on fire. Obviously, a nuclear reactor is going to get hotter than coal, but it's a good testing point. Okay, so we've lit the coal, and the outside is actually staying at 40 degrees. The water coming out is hitting 78. Oh, shoot, that's not good. The electricity is traveling down through. Okay, so this is actually going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to copy this. Oh. Yeah, and then I'm just going to put it another one down here. Wow, who would have expected Spike copying his own design? What a loser. It actually screwed it up a little bit. That's sad. I don't know why it screwed it up. Huh. Interesting. I guess I'll just clear this out first. Sometimes I can freak out if there's like stuff already there. So how about we just do this? There we go. And then I'll just fill in the gaps by hand. Fill in the gaps by hand, kids. These are important lessons for when you someday create your own nuclear reactor dam. Alright. So now we have a dual flow system. The only issue being that we have to kill the sparks that are already down here, which is a little bit more challenging than it looks. Yeah, I had to put one piece down. Super challenging. Okay. Cool. So the temperature is now over 100 degrees. So this is where the issue comes in. You guys aren't dumb. You know what happens when water hits 100 degrees Celsius. It's going to turn into steam. And obviously that steam is going to want to go up and backflow up through the dam again. This is why I said that it might be easier to put the reaction chamber up here. Because then we could just stick the steam out. But this is fine, because all we have to do is we just create a vent here. And we're going to make use of walls now. Over here, we're going to put a liquid only. Allows liquids. Where's our allows liquids? Allows liquids. So we're going to make this only allow liquids to come in, right? And then on the side, maybe I did that a little bit too much. I could probably get away with this. Yeah. So we're only going to allow liquids to come through here. Now on the right here, we're going to switch to allow gases. This is going to fill up with all of those gases because obviously it only allows gases. And then we're going to vent those gases out the side of the dam like this. And that should fix the pressure problem if we go overboard on the temperature. Now, generally, we don't want to have to use this. We want the water to pour down without turning to steam. But we have to accept the fact that it may overheat. And if it does overheat, we don't want the steam to make it worse. Because we'll run into an issue where the steam will block it, and then the steam blocking it will just make it worse, and then everything will slowly die. And that's not good. We don't want to run into one of those situations. So at least we have a backup system for if we get steam, we can eject that steam and be happy. Alright? So now we have our coolant system. I'm slightly worried that this isn't enough water coming through. I'm going to try to increase that a little bit. But there's really only so much we can do when it comes to pumping water. You can, I guess we could make the pipes bigger. That's an easy one. It's like the easiest way to increase flow in a system. Just increase the width of the pipe. If that's what's inhibiting you. We can do that. We will try increasing the width of the pipes. I think this here is the real issue, this one. So I think if we increase the width of this a bit, we might be able to get a lot more throughput. Only issue being that now that liquid only thing needs to go like lower like that, which is fine. And yeah, that definitely did increase the amount of water coming through. The only issue now is that there might be too much water because now this steamway is kind of being blocked. So I'll just open this up a little bit more. Don't want to open it up too much because we don't want it to lose its effect, but that's fine. That's fine. Great. So now our cooling system's basically at maximum capacity. We can go ahead and test it once again. Ooh, man, I need new moderators. Alright, one moment. I need to ban like 8 people from the channel. We'll be right back. I don't like having to do this in the middle of a stream, but if people are being annoying, it is my job. Alright. Don't worry, guys. We've gotten rid of the spammers and they can never comment on the channel again. This is so sad. Anyways, now that we have this all set, let's go ahead and fill this with broken coal again and do the test a second time because it shouldn't clog up this time. Alright, so the temperature in the chamber is hitting 50 degrees. Actually, no, it's staying steady at 52, 53. So it is rising in temperature. And you can see the steam at the bottom, which is not good. We don't want steam at the bottom because that's kind of inhibiting. But, I mean, the temperature is staying pretty stable. Even if it's... Okay, now we're starting to see the temperature rise a lot because this steam trap is being activated, and more of the water is just being shot out than is actually going around the cooling system. But still, 200 degrees isn't that bad. The bottom here is almost at 300. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how much abuse it can hold up to. But the nice thing is after it stops, we can see that it's recovering. The temperature's dropping rapidly. The water's going back to doing its job. Very nice. So, you may notice that over here we have electricity coming through, and you may be wondering why we even want electricity coming through. That's a good question. I do have a few ideas. I was thinking about actually creating an air conditioning system to cool down the water here. But that might be a little bit too overkill. A little bit too overkill. Considering that the last time I tried to make an AC in this, it ended up being a heater instead. We may have to wait a little bit for me to be ready for something that complex. But we're still going to have the electric there because at least it's something, you know. At least it's something. But we're still going to keep that in mind. Just the possibility in the future. Alright. Because it would be nice if this water was chilled. If we had chilled water hitting it, it would be far more effective. Cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and try our luck at getting just a little bit of a reaction moving in here. Just seeing if we can get something stable. Generally, this is not how you'd want to do it, but we're going to kind of go the YOLO method. We're going to just kind of have a tiny bit of deuterium spawned into the center, and we're just going to smack it with a ton of neutrons, rather than letting the deuterium build up. Because if the deuterium builds up, there will be a meltdown, so immediately destroying it is our best option. This is kind of the YOLO approach. And there's a few ways we can limit the amount of deuterium being spawned. One is that we go ahead and grab, I think quartz might be good for this, but we'll just do titanium. If we do this, it'll limit it to only being able to spawn in 4 spots, which is less than 8. And then let's see how this goes. Alright, so this is definitely generating heat. Actually, you can definitely see it's generating heat because the steam trap has won off. We're at 200 degrees, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. Oh, no, 600? Is it stable? It's not stable. No, we definitely need to get more flow. So there's a few things we have to do in order to get more flow. First off, this is backing up, which means we need to create a pressure gradient here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just shove a big fan here. And we're going to have it go straight down to try to force it. And we're going to put another big fan here. And we're going to have this one go to the right to force it. All right, so getting that moving is critical. I also think that we can expand this a little bit further. Take another pixel off here. Get that flow moving a little bit more. All right. Why isn't this fan... I was expecting this to be a lot more effective. More strength. More strength. Come on. Come on. Oh, shoot. No, it's because this liquid wall isn't letting the gas. Ah, yes. Horrible mistake I've made here. This needs to be insulated. This 100% needs to be insulated. All right. So let's go ahead and grab some insulation. Because if we get steam back here, there's nothing we can do because there's this liquid wall that doesn't allow, obviously, gas. So we're going to have to insulate this pipe probably all the way up to like here to ensure that we don't have this issue. So right now we're kind of running on zero cooling, which obviously zero cooling for a nuclear reactor is pretty bad. So we're going to manually turn down the temperature on this to get it back to water. Hopefully get that cooling back online. And it looks like it's working, actually. The temperature is dropping from actually down to 500. Ooh. I think we may actually have it stable. 5 to 600 isn't awful. Now you may say, well, like no water is coming through the dam anymore, Spike. It's just turning into steam. That's true and fair. One thing I'm going to say is that this is not getting enough water through. We can do better. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to double it up. I'm going to cut this section out of the dam. We're going to copy this. And we're going to paste it right here. We're going to do a double turbine system on the top, which actually will increase our energy efficiency. So that we can pump more water through. So if we can get twice the water into this final stage here, then we should technically get... Okay, we have to put some insulation here, it looks like. That's all right. Just gonna do it by hand to make sure I get it right. Okay, we're almost there, living on a prayer. A little bit more insulation here. It's because this steam is going up the side here, so this entire part of the dam is super hot. I didn't even think about that possibility. This is why you should always think ahead about your engineering design. This is one of those things you just don't expect, and then they become a big problem. Okay, so it's cooling down. Great, and look! Oh, we have doubled our water output, which means we're getting way more water into the reactor here. And more water into the reactor means far more cooling, which is actually bringing the temperature down. Oh, we're still at the 600, 500 point, but you can see there is definitely more water here. There's no arguing about that fact. And some of the water is actually making it down the sides a little bit. Some is actually making it all the way to the bottom. I'm a little bit concerned about the bottom of this, which is hitting 900 to 1,000 degrees. It doesn't look like it's melting down, though. It looks like it gets right on the edge, but it's been running for a long time without melting down. Which is cool. That means we're kind of succeeding. Obviously, there's a little bit more we can do, though. First off, I feel like we can just make this pipe here thicker now. Now that we have a secondary thing coming in, I wonder if there's any reason not to just do this. I feel like this will increase our cooling ability a bit. Of course, there's the structural integrity of the dam, but we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about that. It's not our job. All right, now we're getting way more water in. This would be a really neat looking dam in real life, just the steam flying out of the front. we've got two classic generators on the dam, and then it's also cooling down a nuclear reactor, which is super exciting. The bottom isn't getting quite as hot anymore. The top is actually very managed. It's dropping down to almost 400s occasionally. But it seems to be stable. I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it indeed. All right. So, let's go ahead. The only issue I have with this dam design, honestly, is the fact that none of the water actually makes it all the way through. So what I'm going to do to fix that is we're just going to... Oh, shoot! Indirect cooling! That's true. If we open this up like this back wall here, which is like hundreds of degrees, will actually get a little bit of cooling. The only issue is that the amount of water in the dam is going to drop because we're just pulling way more water through the dam than it was designed for. I wonder if I could get this to work by just sticking a big fan on it. Big fan, big fan. No, it's not thick enough for us to get good airflow. Let's go ahead and try to get a little bit more airflow. Or water flow, or whatever flow. There we go. It's a little bit silly having it coming out of the bottom as well. I wish I could get some actual, like, water coming out, not just steam. But hey, it's good for the environment. We're making green energy, like super green energy, actually. We got nuclear and turbine energy going on here. We got dual stage. Dual stage. And this is getting the bottom of the reactor down to a reasonable temperature, actually. Down to 500. So, what's the top at? 400s! 4 to 300, wow! We're actually, that addition has caused it to be way more manageable. I'm curious if I actually swap some titanium here to get the heat to just transfer a little more easily between this plate. There we go. Yeah. Just transfer a little bit more of that heat out. Wow. This is actually really reasonable. I mean, sure, if you think about it, it could be worse. All right. So, this is actually, I'm pretty proud of this. When it comes to creations, I usually create things that are horribly inefficient and or non-functioning. But Okay, there are a few issues. Like, for example, we aren't actually harnessing this steam energy. But that's a really easy one to fix. All we have to do is just stick a detector into here like this, and then we can just go ahead and grab some titanium and pull that energy out. Why isn't it working? Ahem, excuse me. Odd. It's definitely getting activated. Oh well, you get the point. I don't think it's really that critical. I think we get the fact that this is working. We've got steam coming out, which we can harness energy from. We have turbines we can harvest energy from. And we've got... The only unfortunate thing is that we kind of killed the river. I'll be honest. The river is kind of dead. If we could somehow convince the steam to calm down, turn back into water, and fall, that would be nice. Which we... Technically, this would be a little bit of an insane engineering job, but if we created a capture coat over it, like an umbrella, so, like, this is gonna look kind of dumb, but I'm kind of curious if I'd be able to pull it off. Let's see. Go back to that. Go like this. Boom. Boom. Oh, shoot. When you're working on scales this small, it gets kind of challenging. Alright. So now, if we do this, clean this up a little bit, will it turn... Oh, it's kind of working! Ha! It's turning back into rain-ish. I mean, is it perfect? No. Certainly not perfect, but it's kind of capturing it and helping it turn back into water. It's something. I feel like a structure this large, though, would require some sort of support, so we're just going to throw a support on there. There we go. There we go. Oh, whoops, we accidentally trapped some water in here. I mean, it's not perfect. I can cheat a little bit. I'm gonna cheat a little bit just to make this look cool. We're gonna use freeze powder and just pop a few things of freeze powder into this hook here. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna help transfer that back into water, potentially. Or is it just too hot? It may just be too much. Okay, maybe not. I may have to take that back. I thought that would work. Maybe it won't. Okay, I'll just make a... I will make a strip through it. Very carefully. Not to leak. That's totally going to leak. 100%. But I'm still gonna try it! Screw it. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's actually working! Okay, so it's definitely condensing it into rain / ice. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's got some charm to it, you know? It's got some charm. I like how it's just turning it straight into ice. We've got like a big icicle growing. Big icicles. I don't know, it looks kind of neat. I think I'm gonna keep it. I kind of like the icicles. Alright, folks. I think that I set out to do something, and I 100% did actually manage to pull it off. This is one of the few times where I can say I'm actually quite happy with the results. We did manage to cool down a nuclear reactor to be stable. It's definitely stable. It hasn't melted down once the entire time. We even have kind of the water going back naturally into the environment. We've got this... Oh, rime. Rime, that's an issue. Is this salt water? No, why are we getting rime? Huh. Yeah, that's not ice, so I guess I'm not happy with that. Okay, we won't do it. Fine, we'll just go with the normal cover. Now, like any cool dam, we're gonna put a road on it so that people can drive over it going 80 miles per hour. Maybe even have like a little car here. Where's my coloring tools? We're getting real fancy now. This is what happens when Spike actually lives up to his goals. There we go. We got a nice little car. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to actually save this as the Ultra Dam. Fantastic. I'll sign in later and actually upload it at some point. Okay, so now we have the Ultra Dam. I think there's one thing everyone wants to see. Everyone's asking the question. You're probably shaking in your seat. You're going, Spike, we don't watch this channel so that we can see... Okay, I need good music for this objection. All right. No, we'll just restart. It's fine. I know what you want to see, okay? You want to see the dam fail. You want to see my efforts implode, okay? You're probably frustrated because I managed to build this without that happening. Don't worry. I'm here to increase your happiness by exploding the dam. There's a few ways that the dam could go kablooey. Let's first see what happens if we, for some reason, have a clog in the system. Let's say sand gets into the lines, which is actually a kind of realistic thing to occur because, you know, we're dealing with a river. So if we get enough sand in the lines that say we're running at less than half capacity, one of the turbines are taken out completely. The other turbine has reduced capacity. We can already see that the amount of cooling going into the reactor has reduced. Temperatures are at 500. Still holding steady at about 500. Hitting about 600. That bottom part, you're going to see what's happening is the heat from the reactor is actually coming through into the dam now. This is not good because what's going to happen is the water in the dam is heating up. And the water in the dam heating up means that it's not going to be very good for cooling it down anymore. So we're kind of running into a catch-22 here, which is that we're now cooling it with the warm water, which is then going to get warmer. It's going to be fed back into the system, and it's going to keep heating up. The dam water is now actually very warm. It's hitting 80, 90 degrees. It's starting to just turn into steam. You can actually see bits of steam going through. It's boiling. The dam is boiling. You can see the water popping up from the little bits of steam going through. So the dam water is boiling. The titanium is now at 600, 700. It popped up to 800 degrees there for a second. The dam water is still way too hot. It's 100, 105. But it still seems to be pretty stable. It's not out for the count yet. So let's see if we just finish this off and just clog it all the damn way. There we go. The top parts are completely clogged now. There is no upper cooling coming in. We only have the lower cooling system, which is already overheating. And now let's see what happens. Well, the outside of this is now hitting 900 degrees. 1,000 degrees? Not quite 1,000, but it's definitely hitting 900 pretty consistently. The reactor is, oh, it hit 1,000. It's definitely not happy, and it's gonna keep hitting 1,000 more and more often. The dam is now in a huge issue. This area is just repeatedly turning into steam. At some point, the dam is going to either have a huge bubble burst out, or alternatively, this is going to melt. I'm actually surprised it's holding up this well. I did not think that it was going to last this long. This is quite. Oh shoot! The top of the dam is steaming. Look at it go. So that's not good. You don't want that. That would be concerning if a dam starts literally steaming from the top. So it is legitimately all the way through boiling temperature now. I'm actually surprised that this is working for coolant at all. There's just so much thermal mass in the dam that the reactor is able to toss its energy into. Obviously, that can't last forever, though. And I know what you're asking. What if this one got clogged, Spike? What if the one that's actually most likely to get clogged got clogged? Well, this one's a little bit harder to clog. I'll have to actually pour sand in. Alright, so she is clogged now. And we can see what's happening very clearly. The effect is immediate. I'm actually going to move my camera so that it's easier to tell what's going on here, because I'm kind of in the way and I'm aware of that fact. So, moving myself a little bit, let's go back. So now you can see the entire dam situation. So we got the steam building up. It's going to bubble through and explode. It's getting close. It's bubbling through a little bit, but once that pressure, there's a lot of pressure down here. And not just is there a lot of pressure, but there's a lot of heat going on in the reactor. The reactor is now hitting 1,100 degrees, 12, 13. The reactor is about to melt down. It's very close. I'm curious when this is gonna blow. Or will it just be like a tea kettle and just, oh wow! It's stabilized. I did not expect that to happen. Uh-oh, a neutron escaped. That means, oh, there is damage. Look! This isn't perfectly circular anymore. There's been damage to the reactor chamber. It got too hot. I'm actually very impressed that it hasn't melted down yet. This is very stable. I mean, of course, if it damaged itself, that means it was right on the edge of a meltdown, but why did it stop? What kept it from going? I'm actually kind of confused about that. Could have been so much worse. Could have been so much worse. Very interessante. This ceramic is getting super, super hot. Oh, shoot. No, there's a full gap here now that the neutrons are leaking out of. Probably because this is hitting just insane temperatures. Yeah, the reactor chamber is not looking very good. Parts of it are just melting and then moving around. How long can it last like that? I don't know. Oh, it hit like 1,400 degrees. Yeah, look at that. It's leaking. We are leaking radiation all over the place. I'm just surprised that the temperature issue isn't worse. I thought that the entire thing would melt down in like a brilliant. Don't worry, we will do a brilliant meltdown. I just want to see where this goes on its own. This is like the most slow, steady, and realistic meltdown of all time. It's not just going boom, it's going big boom. I get it, very funny. Car looks like a Mogus. Yes, very, very funny. Yes, I've never heard a Mogus joke before. So original, guys. So original. Good job. Alright. So, oh, that was close. That got very close for a moment. That got very close for a moment. Very nerve-wrackingly close to going out. I mean, it's really holding up, which is almost scarier. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a kick. We're gonna put a little bit more deuterium into it and see if giving it a tiny bit of a kick. Maybe a few kicks. I mean, it's certainly damn. Oh! Oh, what happened there? Oh, the insulation burned off. Oh, shoot! Oh, that was massive. Okay, so what just happened? Well, let me explain what just happened. For why everything just went crazy. The insulation lining this pipe burned off. It caught on fire and went away. So all of the heat from the reactor just went through here and directly into the water of the dam. So what that means is that the dam water just immediately shot over boiling point. So now we have this explosion. This is a legitimate explosion. We're at 8 pressure, which is actually, if I were to put dynamite down there, we'd get a pretty similar pressure. So we're about to experience a legitimate explosion. It's going to be great. If we look at the pressure display, we can see the pressure is really blowing through this. Not only that, but the heat display, we should probably be able to see the heat traveling through here now. But I'm going to do fancy display just so that we can see this. Look at that. The amount of water being pushed out. Thousands of tons of water just being yeeted. The entire dam is pretty much being emptied by this. And of course, that means there's less cooling going on. The only issue being that the reactor isn't really holding heat in anymore, it's just dumping it everywhere. Alright, so I think our soft meltdown test went really well. That was the soft meltdown test. Obviously, it succeeded. The soft meltdown wasn't really much of a meltdown. It survived it. So let's do a hard meltdown. So what's a hard meltdown? Let's increase the amount of deuterium that's inside of the center. Because before we had 1 limited dot. But if we brought that up to, let's say, 5, let's say something breaks in the system that determines how much deuterium to add. And we have a pretty beautiful hard meltdown here. This is going to very, very quickly surpass the limits that it was designed for. Yeah, so it's already at 1100 degrees. Now it's at... It's actually damaging the edges of the reactor already. Well, you can tell something's very wrong. I don't need to block the coolant because it's just going past what this was rated for in the first place. It's actually melting the ceramic. So the hard meltdown, you can see the amount of radiation leaking is already way, way more than what was there before. And the actual dam is beginning to be damaged. This pressure here is at 11. This is way more pressure than the other one, because it's just happening so quickly, and we just have this bubble forming. This bubble of death superheated steam. I'm actually surprised that this hasn't exploded more brilliantly. But the amount of radiation it's letting out is just kind of insane. The heat is still building up. It's at a steady 1200 degrees. We got molten titanium just chilling here. The ceramic is oh, there goes the cooling system. We got our eruption here. Because of that, this is probably going to get hotter, which it is 1500 degrees. I don't remember what temperature ceramic goes liquid at, but it's got to be getting close. It's got to be getting... Oh! It would appear that the ground around the reactor is beginning to melt. There's no water left in the dam. The literal ground is melting. The ceramic isn't melting. Very impressive, actually. I expected that to happen first. Without any cooling, I guess the surrounding area is the cooling. The road is burning, because the road was made out of coal. This isn't even a hard meltdown. This is just a medium meltdown. Medium meltdown test. It's violent. It wouldn't be good. But it's not the worst meltdown situation that I have ever seen in this game. I mean, it's melting the ground around the reactor. This would be very hard to deal with. Quite bad for the environment, considering, you know, the massive amounts of radiation being poured out. But still, we didn't get like a really nice... Oh, the car! No, my Prius! Oh no, not again! The poor guy in the car is just dead. Alright. So, could have been worse. Like, sure, it was bad, but it wasn't like end of the world bad, and we want to kind of get it to end of the... Oh, it's getting to 2000 degrees. Maybe it will hit ceramic melting temperature soon. I'm kind of curious if this will actually like fully melt down at some point. No, doesn't want to. Sad. All right, it's time for the full mega meltdown situation. How are we going to simulate this? Let's say that the reactor has been off for a bit for, let's say, testing or whatever. You know, nuclear tests have never gone wrong. And it was a cold night, and the deuterium, for some reason, okay, so set... You have to do exclamation... Set life do... Shoot. Set do life equals... Oh, I forgot how this command works. Oh no. Thankfully I have a cheat sheet because I can check my old commands in my old powder toy. Watch this. This is super big brain moment. Users, Spike Viper, desktop, the powder toy, powdered up. Oh, there we go. Someone gave it to me. Thank you. Thank you. Set. So was exclamation point. Set do life. Okay, so like this. No? Wait. Damn it. I should have just trusted myself and just looked on the thing, and I closed it right before it was there. Okay. Set life do... What? Why didn't that work? Oh, it has to be lowercase life. Alright. Alright. What? Excuse me. Excuse me, what? Set... Everyone's giving me different commands. Nope. Too many nines. No, that's not it. I think you can put like infinite amount of nines. Did the game crash? No. Okay, I just accidentally closed it. Set life do... Oh, there we go. Okay. More nines. Fantastic. Well, we'll just do 4 nines for now. Alright, so the system's been off for a while, and rather than shutting off the valve, someone forgot. And it's just been filling with deuterium for the past month. Just a little bit. They didn't close the valve all the way, so it's just been slowly leaking in. And an employee is about to start the reactor without checking to make sure that the tank is empty. This one is going to be dramatic enough, in fact, that I think that looking at something like the I think a different display would serve us better, because it'll just be a really, really large blob otherwise. We can go frame by frame. So the moment after this occurs, a single millisecond after they enable the reactor, all of the deuterium goes off in a chain reaction, hitting 10,000 degrees Celsius with a pressure of 10,000. Another millisecond passes. All of the titanium around the reactor core is immediately turned into molten titanium, some of it hitting 9,000 degrees. After one more moment, it's shattered and it begins leaking. It takes about 5 more milliseconds for things to begin leaking into the water. Now, notice that it hasn't actually left the dam yet, but the ceramic is about to hit temperatures where it's going to go liquid, and as you can see, we've now left the dam. Let a little bit more time go on, and we can see that the molten ceramic is being thrown off of the dam, and we're about to have a massive neutron burst come out. Yeah. Don't forget about this side as well. The neutrons are beginning, and the molten materials beginning to puncture the actual water of the dam. Now, if you live on this side, you are absolutely doomed. If you live on this side, the water is actually pretty damn good at absorbing radiation, and having a massive amount of water here may actually absorb a lot of the shock. And if you lived like on a hill, okay, so if you lived like down here elevation wise behind this dam somehow, it may actually protect you from the radiation, except for this stuff and fallout that comes over, of course. We can't do much about that, but it's better than being on this side. For example, we're just gonna put a nice brick of iron and say it's a building. Let's just put a mock city here. Oh, look at this beautiful, beautiful city. All of these beautiful, beautiful buildings. So glad that we have such a wonderful city. Such a beautiful city. All right. We got our city here. Yeah, radiation gonna kind of slight problem for people living in the city. But you'll notice in the other direction, the water volume of the dam is actually kind of defending whatever is back here from the blast. So in a way, even if the meltdown occurred, it could have been worse. You know, the dam at least acted as some sort of defense mechanism, not just against the water, but against the radiation and the hot material. But yeah, if you were living in the city, you're dead. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's over. You're dead. Goodbye. This building is just slowly falling apart as time passes. Alright guys, I have actually managed to pull off everything I wanted to do today. That's it. We built a nuclear dam. It works pretty damn well. I'm quite proud of it, actually. So thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more crazy things being built in the future. And I will see you all next time. Peace out.